Hey, what's up everybody? Endo Sensei here, and I just got back from the FedEx building. Just kidding, they dropped it off at the front door. I'm just doing a cool YouTube intro because we're gonna open this box and see what's inside. Let's go after the jump, check it out. I just got this box in today. Got it on Wednesday, finally got here today. We're gonna open this box up because I've been trying for months to get this very box and the contents which are inside it.
You're opening them like it's an anime.
Wait a minute, this isn't what I ordered. Just kidding, it totally is. There it is. The PlayStation 5, everybody. This thing is a freaking monster. Yes, I had to order it from GameStop. Yes, I had to get the Pro membership in order to get it. Yes, I had to buy the bundle. But it was all worth it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to unbox this. I am going to let you see everything that's on the inside from step 1 A to Z. And then, of course, you know, if you watch the channel, I play a lot of Genshin Impact. So what I'm going to do is I am going to compare how the PlayStation 5 runs Genshin Impact compared to the PlayStation 4. All right, let's get this thing unboxed. We are sitting here with the PlayStation 5, and the first thing I want to tell you, this thing is positively massive. Hi, Victoria, how you doing? Look at this thing. It's huge. It's like a whole half a person. Look at this.
You're just weak. Work out more.
Okay. This is it. All the accessories are still in the box. This is the console itself. And you can tell that it needed a massive box because this thing is huge. This thing is practically a desktop computer now. Of course, you know, they're putting things that are more comparable to how you play a game on a desktop computer. So, naturally, the consoles are going to get much, much bigger. So, as you can see, this is how tall this thing stands. You're sitting down, this thing is almost to my head. It's like halfway to my forehead. My big, massive forehead. But anyway, honestly, I think this is probably the most sturdy console I've ever seen in vertical. Like the PlayStation 4, I don't think I trust that thing. This, it could set up like this, no problem. No big deal. Mile down. Journey to the center of the box. It's in there. I know it's in there. It's coming. I think it's coming. Come on, you're almost there. Good God. This thing does not want to come out. I think the head's coming up. She's starting to crown. Yeah! It's a beautiful 5-pound baby box. All right, so here's what's inside the box. You can see it. You get, of course, your DualSense controller. I've not actually held one of these things. I don't know if it really feels any different to the PS4 controller as far as size goes. The triggers are nice. I won't lie, the triggers are nice. The buttons feel pretty good. Still got a touchpad. I don't know why no game developer ever used that. Other than that, power cord, obligatory HDMI cord, and I have no idea what this is. What is this thing? It is, oh, I guess this is the stand? I think this is the stand.
It stands?
Yeah, it stands. Let's get on to the testing. I can't wait to plug this thing in. I'm going to go download some things. I'm going to get Genshin Impact on here. I am going to run some tests, and we're going to put it all in there so you can see just exactly how the PlayStation 5 runs compared to its predecessor, the PlayStation 4. What I'm really looking forward to finding out is how much faster downloads are on this thing, how much faster loading times are, because we know we got a solid state drive in this thing. I will see you in just a moment, and we'll get to the testing. Oliver, what are you doing in the box? Oliver, that's not your home. What are you doing? Okay, so we've got the PlayStation 5 all loaded up, firmware's all updated. Oddly enough, the controller itself has firmware now of some sort. because it needed a software update. I did do a data transfer earlier. I transferred about 322 gigabytes of data. And honestly, it was actually a lot easier than like transferring between PS4s, because when you have to transfer between PS4s, not only do you have to be hooked into your router, but each PlayStation has to then the PlayStations have to be hooked up to each other. It was something weird like that. So I was able to just hardwire both of them and get the transfers done fairly quickly. It took about 40 to 45 minutes. That's including game saves and game data. You can see the games that I did transfer over were Final Fantasy VII Remake, Persona 5, Horizon, God of War 3, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and Days Gone. So I did not transfer everything. So it's a pretty good amount of files. You know, if you've seen Final Fantasy VII Remake's file size, it's huge. So that was quite a significant one. They weren't small files. What I was really impressed with when I looked at this, and we'll go to the settings here since I can show this to you. Go into network, you can go and test your internet connection, and here we'll just see the connection come up here, and you'll see when I get to the download test, I just got 796.1. Earlier, I actually got 877. So this thing can download fast. On a gigabit connection, my PS4 only gets to around 350, maybe 400 at the top end. So, and that's with a wired connection. Even the upload is at almost 40 megabits per second. So the technology inside this PS5, as far as download speeds, definitely worth it. 100% worth it. I will go and test this one. I'm going to actually move the PS5 to the living room so that I can get a better Wi-Fi signal. So I want to see what this will get when it's closer to the Wi-Fi hub that we have in the house. Here in the bedroom, which is about as far away from the hub as you can get, I was getting about 77, 78 gigabits per second, somewhere in that neighborhood, just here in the bedroom. So while I'm here, I'm going to just do a download test so you can see just how fast this thing can download. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and download Twitch. I haven't downloaded yet. I'm just going to do this as a demonstration to see how fast this can actually go. Oh, look, Twitch is already done. I couldn't even get there fast enough. So what I've done is I've gone into the PlayStation Store. I've gone to Genshin Impact. I'm going to go ahead and download this game so we can see just how fast this thing can actually download. And here we are. It's got about 7 minutes. Actually, not even 7 minutes, 4 minutes now. So this is a 20 gigabyte file. And what I'll do is I'll actually just delete this once it's done. And that way we can see just what it can do on a quality Wi-Fi connection versus a wired connection. You could see I was getting right around 800 megabits per second on a wired connection. Earlier, I did test higher at about 877. So this PlayStation, the PS5, can almost take full advantage of a gigabit per connection. So that's amazing because, you know, the PS4 can't do that. So right now, I'm just going to wait out this download, and then we will go ahead and check out what Genshin Impact can do while on a Wi-Fi connection. Okay, so we are back on the PlayStation Store page for Genshin Impact. We're going to go ahead and download this just so we can compare exactly what happens when you are downloading on a wired connection versus Wi-Fi. We're going to go ahead and start this up, go ahead and see what it's doing. And you can see it's still calculating. Okay, so it's getting down to about 24 minutes or so, even 20 minutes. So excuse the fuzziness. Remote play works a little wonky when you're trying to run remote play off of Wi-Fi versus wired. So rule of thumb is always, always, always use a wired connection when possible. As you can see, I just lost it because I'm trying to do too much on Wi-Fi. So there's the lesson. Just use a wired connection when you can, because you start downloading things or you start trying to do anything too intense on the Wi-Fi,
and you're dead in the water on remote play. So next thing, what we're going to do is we are going to try and play Genshin Impact on PS5. And, you know, my frustrations with the PS4 version, loading between areas just takes forever. So we're going to try it 2 different ways, and we are going to play it both wired and on Wi-Fi just to see if there's any difference between the two. And then we'll just kind of go take a look at the main menu, get final thoughts on what PS5 looks like versus PS4, and we'll go from there. All right, so we are back. We've got the PS5 back in the lab, and we are going to go ahead and open up Genshin Impact. Let's see just how fast this game goes. I am excited to see it. Already loads up from the initial screen way faster, easily twice as fast as PS4 did. I don't know if it'll have to do a version update. God damn. Can I just say, God damn, this game looks smooth. But I'm just looking at this right now, and you can see it's instantly loaded up. I can tell this is running at a full 60 frames per second. This just looks fucking beautiful. It looks beautiful. So let's go into the game. Let's see how fast we can get loaded into some areas. This is what I'm hyped to see. Because, yeah, my gripe has always been it's been bad loading time. So I'll be psyched to see what we get here. Yeah, this game already looks so much smoother on this system. I can already tell the difference. Because it must have been playing at 1080-30. Now this game is playing at least 1080-60, if not higher resolution. Yeah, map loads faster. I don't know, let's go a long way away. Let's just see what happens. Let's go to Leeway. Let's just see what happens. Right, let's go about as far as we can go. Let's see how fast this loads. Yeah, way faster. Twice as fast. Twice as fast. Yeah, like, I can just tell how much smoother this game is. Let's go somewhere and fight. Trying to think. What's a good place to go fight real fast? Yeah, we can go right here. I think we can jump right off this cliff. There's a couple whopper flowers right here. Yeah, look. That was, like, damn near instant. Damn near instant. This is so much better. It's just infinitely better. Yeah, I can just tell the difference. I don't know if you can tell the difference watching it as I'm recording this, but the game is just infinitely smoother than anything else I've played on. It's just, yeah. PS4 does not hold a candle to this. Okay, let me reiterate that. PS4 does not hold a candle to this, okay? This experience is so much better already. Already. So I found out closing a game is a little different on the PS5. You have to go into the PS menu, go to this thing called Switcher. That's where your game will show up, and then you push the options button, and then you can close a game. That's a little different. I don't like that. But we're back at the start. We've closed the game, and we're back on Wi-Fi, so we're going to see how quickly the game loads. We're going to see how quickly, we load in, how quickly we can change to a different area, and we'll see how fluid the gameplay is, being it is an online game. So this probably isn't the most data-intensive online game there is, but at the same time, it should give you a general idea of what you can expect when you play another type of game, like if you're going into Call of Duty or something like that. And you can see we still loaded in lightning quick. We're already loaded back in. We're ready to go. The game, at least the title screen looks as smooth as it did. We'll see how quickly we load in on Wi-Fi. Right now, it doesn't look like it's wildly different. A tad slower, maybe. But as you can see, we loaded right up. We'll go test the same distance. We'll go to Leeway. We'll go down as far as we can. And we'll go see how quickly we load in here. And that's still fast. Even on Wi-Fi, that's still fast. We'll go back to the same area we were in. We'll just, yeah, we loaded in instantly. It was that quick. let's go back to Windrise. I think there's a couple things we can fight over here, and we'll just see. Look at that. Instant, again. The game is just as smooth as it was on Wired. So as far as playing the game goes, it looks like you'll be just fine on Wi-Fi. If you're trying to do remote play and download stuff at the same time, make sure you're on Wired. Yeah, I'm going to get out of the game here real quick, and we'll kind of just poke around the menus a little bit. We'll see what's going on with the new home screen, and we'll have final thoughts after that. Okay, so we're back here on the home screen, and it's quite different. If you remember what PS3 looked like, you had like the crossbar thing, and that was all the rage back then in like, what, 2005? PS4 went away from it a little bit, though still kind of used it a little bit. They just, had the one big long bar for games, and then, everything was on a menu either above or below. But it seems like they've moved a little further away from it even now. Now you have this tab called Explore, where you can apparently just see what different things are going on. Like right here, it'll tell you about the create button, and you'll get to just kind of, it's just showing you different stuff. You can just kind of thumb through the tabs this way. Yeah, it'll show you videos. The share button is now the create button, if you didn't know. Explore will also show you live broadcasts. It'll show you popular videos. It's got a bunch of different stuff in there, just, I guess, so you can kind of see what's going on. It's like your story feed in social media, something like that, or your news feed in Facebook. We'll put it that way. The store just opens up. It's not a separate app anymore. You can see you got like your must-see games. It'll have like DLC for your games. You can go up here into collections, deals, subscriptions, everything you got going on. Store is pretty seamless now. From what I can see, you can download both your PS4 and your PS5 digital games on here just fine. I don't know how they'll play yet. I haven't tried a PS4 game out. Maybe we'll do that in a future live stream. So look out for that on Twitch, because I'm sure I will be playing stuff like Horizon and God of War 3 and Assassin's Creed. I'll be playing all these games at some point. One thing I do want to point out is there is a terabyte solid state drive in the PS5. You think that's quite a bit of space, right? You would think that you can get a fair amount on here, but I wanted to look at storage. And you can see, right now games and apps are taking up 356 gigs. The media gallery is not taking up much. There's about a gig in saved data. But look at right here, other. Storage space is reserved for system data needed for games and apps to work properly. Amount of space reserved depends on how your console is being used. It's just arbitrary space taken up for God knows what reason. You just don't know why. But you can see I've already used up 667 gigabytes of the storage. That's including everything. The games I've got, the media gallery, save data, and other. And it looks like you can extend your storage. So that's kind of their solution to this. If you want to play your PS4 games, maybe you just play them from the extended drive. And you kind of leave the PS5 stuff for the PS5. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. So a terabyte is not really a terabyte. They are taking up a good chunk of space in other, and apparently that depends on how you use the system. So it's probably taking a little bit extra space every time you add a game. So you just never know what that's really being used for, and they don't really tell you aside from that little notice right there. So just beware that a terabyte can go very quickly, especially with the size of games that are coming out now. You can see if we go to games here, you've got Astro's Playroom taking up 11 gigs. Let's see, Days Gone is 38 gigs. Assassin's Creed Odyssey 71. God of War 3 Remastered is almost 40. Horizon's almost 50. And there you go, another behemoth right there. Final Fantasy VII Remake coming in at 86. Using your storage wisely is going to be an issue. And I'm not sure yet about expanding the hard drive, but you also have to consider this: a terabyte solid state drive, not a hard drive, a terabyte solid state drive. Those things are expensive out in the open market. They're not cheap. Like, you know, you can get like a 4 terabyte hard disk for like, you know, next to nothing. A 2 gig solid state drive, if you want to double the storage of this system, it's going to cost you a lot. I don't have an exact quote, but I'm guessing it's got to be somewhere in the $200 range. And I could definitely be wrong. I'll post a little update caption if I'm wrong. I'll go see how much they cost exactly, but it's gonna be a considerable cost to upgrade a system you already paid $500 for, or $400 if you bought the digital edition, or maybe you're like me and you just paid $800 to buy a bundle from friggin' GameStop because that's the only way they'll sell it to you, right? Okay, so there you have it. That is my unboxing of the PS5, my testing of the PS5 to see exactly how good the Wi-Fi and the LAN connections are. We've tested Genshin Impact, and by the way, it looks fucking awesome. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, if you got some value out of it, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notify bell, hit me up with a like, and put in a comment if you feel so inclined. Until next time, this is Endo Sensei, and I would like to play a game next time I see you. Take care.